What's up, guys? All right. Today, hold on. Fuck. Secrets. Can't see the secrets early. Today, we're going to talk about the new, the brand new meta for how we solve the vault. The fourth encounter of Salvation's Edge, we finally have the true, undeniable, I'm so good at moving these shapes around, answer to how the vault puzzle is solved. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, I just saw the Dado video today. He had a whole explanation. He did this way better. It was a black background, not a white background. Weirdo. It's so bright. What are you doing? My screen's blowing my eyes out right now. Why'd you do this to me? Then I saw the Fallout video, just because I wanted to know for sure that I was doing the right thing. And he said the same thing as Dado. He said, yeah, that's exactly right. You're going to do the same method where you get all the three shapes together at one spot and then you give them away, right? But the thing is, that just doesn't make sense. And I'm going to explain why. Number one, it's slow. It's inefficient. And number two, it's inefficient because it's antithetical to the very goal of the fourth encounter. That is to get the two shapes that you don't need or that you don't have in your statue's hand, right? You're trying to get those two shapes, pick them up, and leave the room. Now, why would somebody who already has one of those two shapes that they need just give it away, right? I think it's because people don't want to actually explain how the encounter works. I don't know. I don't know why. The other thing that they talked about was communication and the fact that this is a strategy, the one that they advocate for, that the one that I used as well. You don't need to communicate with your other teammates that much. So it frees up what? I don't know. Because it's not like the people that are outside are communicating with each other. It's one person who's doing the solving. Whether they just know how to solve it because their, brain is that massive that they just see the 3D objects and know the shapes of the TCS is the order, and they just know without a shadow of a doubt, yes, this is the solution. I will take this action, this action, this action, this action, and I'm done. Or if they just have a little calculator, right? One of those little online tools. Either way, they're doing it all in their head. They don't need to talk to anybody. There's no comms going on. It's ad clear, right? Nothing's happening. So why not talk? We got all together here, all six of us hanging out in a raid. Let's have a chat. Let's communicate. That's what we're doing. It's a cooperative activity. Let's cooperate together out loud. And on top of that, the fact that we are here to work together and communicate and be a team, the communication that we will need with my uber big brain method is actually not that much. It's truly a limited amount of communication that you need. And half of it, frankly, is the same as that method, right? And we'll talk about how that is, right? Okay, let's get to it. There are three possible start scenarios, right? Three possible ones. There is all doubles, right? Where every single person, all three rooms have their two shapes already at the start. This is what you would think would be the best case scenario if you're using that method, right? The OG original method. This is the one you go to and then finish, right? So of course you want to have all doubles starting around. Actually, it's the worst start. It's the slowest one. It takes the most actions to get to the solution. Not so good. Not it. One double, one person has a double in their room. It's not too bad, okay? But the fastest solution, the luckiest roll you can get, is if nobody has a double in their room, because everybody already has one of each shape. They've already got half of their solution in their room. And we're just going to tell them to give it away? I don't think so. First, we're going to go over the original method. We're going to get some numbers here, okay? We're going to get the deposits. We're going to get the knights. Be amazed at my drawing skills. Please, somebody has to be. Because it's not me. Okay. Barely faster than I write by hand. Anyways, okay. we're going to get the deposits, knights, and the ogre kills. We're going to run through this encounter first, though. So, this is the scenario you got. No doubles. Everybody's got one of their shapes and one of the other ones. Okay. First thing you do with the old method, right, is give away the shape you don't have. Okay? So triangle's going to get rid of that circle, send it on over to circle room. Easy peasy. Circle is going to get rid of square. You know where that's going? The square room, of course, because it's square to square. Easy. Square, don't need that triangle. Toss it in the trash. You do kind of need it. But hey, we're with this method right now. By the end of that, that is 3 different deposits. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And, hold on. What am I doing? I'm putting it down here. 1, 2, 3. And by this point, each person has killed at least one knight, but we're going to assume worst case scenario, okay? And we'll do the same for my method too, okay? I won't be accused of being unfair. Worst case scenario though, everyone has had to kill 2 knights because the first knight they killed, they got unlucky. It was their own shape. Then they killed the second knight, it dropped the other shape. Easy peasy. So that's 2 knights each room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 knights. Okay? A lot of knights. And we're going to just go ahead and say they killed the ogre because they don't want to run around with an ogre in the room. They just want to kill it as soon as it spawned. Easy peasy. 1 ogre each, 3 ogres. Okay, so now everybody's got their shapes in their rooms, and they're going to give them away. Easy peasy. They all know where they're going. Triangle gives away the triangles. Square gives away the squares. And circle stretches them out like crazy. And then gives them away. Okay? Easy as that. Now that was a total of 6. If you were counting at home, I gave you a second there to hesitate. Not because I was counting it up, but because I wanted you to jump in and participate. Feel like a part of the process. You're welcome. I am good at mental math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for a total of 9 deposits. Count them. 9 deposits. And knights, let's see. Each person had to pass 2. They'd already killed their ogre. So two knights killed. Each room. 6 knights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And after killing those 2 knights, another ogre spawned. 1, 2, 3. And then everybody here has the shapes they need. Kill those 2 more knights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody kills the 2 knights in their room to pick up their last 2 shapes and leave. Okay. So, this is our tally. Okay? We've got 9 deposits. Don't look at that. Don't look at that either. Oh, God. We've got 9 deposits. We've got 5, 10, 15, 18 knight kills. And we've got 6 ogre kills. Okay? Now, let's see the other method here. After I plug in my headset because it is perpetually dying. I love this thing. Okay? It's great. It's so good. It'll last forever. The battery? Maybe not. But it'll last forever. The other method. Let's get a little reset going here. Okay. The square, banished to the square realm. The triangle, get it out of here. I've made a terrible mistake. I've made another one, and another one. They just keep adding up, okay? Look. I'm sorry. There's got to be a better way. I just don't know it. Alright? So, keeping in mind our goal here, again, each person has the 2 shapes that are not in their statue's hand. That's where we're getting to. That's where we're aiming. That's the direction, the final goal for going into these inside rooms and escaping back outside. Well, like we've talked about, we already have half the key in each of these rooms. Our triangle room has its circle. It just needs a square. Circle room just needs a triangle. Square just needs its circle here, right? So, it seems simple to me. Triangle gets rid of its circle. Wait a minute. That's the old one. Triangle gets rid of its triangle. Duh. But how does it know where to send it? Could be either one. Well, hate to do it to you. You're going to have to ask. Hey guys, who needs a triangle? I've killed my knight. I've picked up the triangle off the ground. After killing the other knight, of course, because my luck is just so bad. But I picked up my triangle. Where does it go? Well, Square's sitting there listening. Very engaged. Doesn't talk a lot, but very engaged, very responsive. Square says, I don't need a triangle. Circle does. Send your triangle to Circle. So Triangle picks it up, says, okay, sounds good. Circle doesn't say anything because he's very quiet. He's very shy. Circle goes and receives his triangle from the triangle side. Beautiful. Now Square, active as ever, jumps in, says, I don't need my square. Who needs it? Circle sitting there, I don't need it. I'm not going to say anything. Triangle's, all right, I need your square. Over here. Okay. And Circle says, who needs Circle? Me! Square! Square needs Circle. Send it to Square. Okay. After just a few questions asked and some quick answers, which you don't even have to answer yourself, if the question even pertains to you. And all of a sudden, everybody has their key. Now just let's recap real quick. Our deposits, our knights, and our ogres. Okay, so each person, a single deposit. Just one. Seems a little crazy, but it's true. Only one deposit. You did have to kill 2 knights, of course, because your RNG was terrible. So that leaves us to a grand total of 6 knight kills. Pretty rough. Okay. And then 3 ogres, because the knight died, and then the ogre spawned. And finally, of course, your 2 more knights each, because you got to get the heck out of that room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you've escaped, right? 3 deposits, 12 knight kills, and 3 ogre kills. Both with the worst RNG you can possibly get. Worst case scenario, assuming nobody messes up for both. Seems to me the better option is 3 deposits instead of 9. The better option is 12 knights instead of 18. The better option is 3 ogre kills rather than 6. It's faster, it's less resource intensive, and you know what? I don't know this. I'm not sure. I'm guessing here. But it's possible, it could be, that if we're quick enough, if everybody's fast with those knight kills, fast with those ogre kills, we might just be done before the witness kills us. We might just be done before the whole ghost phase even happens, right? It's just a guess, but it's possible. Okay? So that's just this scenario. This is the most illustrative example of why this method is the best. Because you're going from the farthest away from your all doubles area, right? All doubles is what we've preferred with the old strat. And starting at no doubles, you're obviously the farthest away. But going to doubles is a backward step. So of course you're going to end up with more deposits. Of course you're going to end up with more knights. Of course you're going to end up with more ogres. You're walking back before you even start walking forward. It just doesn't make sense, right? And the same can be said for the others. The discrepancies are smaller. You're obviously closer to all doubles when you have a 1 double room. You just need 2 deposits before you do the all doubles. And when you start with all doubles, you're basically just doing the old strat, but starting faster. So, really, the biggest reason to employ this new strategy is because no doubles rooms and 1 doubles rooms exist. Now, the big question is, of course, how do you explain this to newbies, right? People who don't know how this encounter works. This sounds complicated. It sounds different. I am scared. Different things scare me. Let me tell you, I'm right there with you. I hate going outside. I hate seeing people. I hate doing things that aren't here, playing Destiny, watching YouTube videos, in the comfort of my home, okay? But it's as simple as this. This is all you need. You just got to teach them 2 questions, right? Once you're done teaching them how the encounter works, once you're done teaching them how the mechanics of picking up drops from the knights and depositing them on statues to transfer between rooms, and the wall shows you that your room has those 2 shapes, right? Once you're done teaching them all that, the only thing left is to say, Okay. Well, obviously the end goal is to have the two shapes that aren't the one in your hand, right? You know that much by now. So how do you get there? Well, you're going to look at your wall, and that's how we're going to find out. First question you ask, right? What shape do I have? I'm a circle. Okay. Then you look at your wall. The next question is, am I a double? Do I have two circles on my wall? If the answer is yes, simple job. Give your two shapes away. That's the most work you'll have to do, right? You'll have to do two deposits. One over here, one over there. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. If you're not a double, if you're looking up there and you're seeing a circle and a triangle, well, then the next question is there a double? If somebody else is a double, then you know what to do. You give your triangle, or circle, because you're a circle, of course. How did I forget? You give your shape to that double room, right? Because they're giving away two shapes. They need two shapes in replacement, right? And obviously, the other room isn't going to give them your shape, so you have to give them yours, right? You give them your shape, the other room gives them their shape, they end up with the two shapes they need. Bing, bang, boom, right? So, am I a double? Yeah, okay, give your shapes away. If not, is there a double? If so, give your shape to the double. If not, if there's no doubles at all, then all you have to do is get your shape and ask who needs it and send them the shape. That's it. That's the whole entire process, right? Once they understand how the actual mechanics work, the only thing they need to answer are these two questions, right? Am I a double? If so, give away. Is there a double? If so, give it to them. And if there's not a double, who needs my shape? That's it. That's the whole thing. It's that complicated. I don't think that new people are going to struggle with that, right? I don't think there's a reason to not teach them the end goal of the encounter. And once they know the end goal of the encounter, I think this method is pretty intuitive, right? They get rid of the shape they don't need for their end goal. Simple as that. The only question at that point is, where does it go? Or, in the case that they have two of the things they don't need, they already know where they go. The other ones, right? So, I think this whole old method should be left in the past, left in the dirt, and we adopt this new method, which I don't have a name for. I should have a name for it. I really should have thought that one through. But, dang it. Okay. It's the Kool Katz method. If it takes off, it's the Kool Katz method, and it'll be a team effort, because I couldn't have done it without you guys along the way, you know. My heart goes out to you, homies. And that's all she wrote. New method, best method, old method, garbage, trash. All the other YouTubers who put their videos out for the strat are in shambles. They're done. They're done for. I'm the boss now. I win. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.